Afternoon, students. Are you hearing my voice? Rajavardhan? Students, are you hearing my voice?
ఎస్ సార్ వినిపిస్తుంది.
Yeah, right. Okay. So, before going to the today's concept, religion of ancient Greece, we have to see the things what we discussed in the last class. Okay, can you give me one or 2 points what we discussed in the last class?
जा requirements बेटा
Okay, right. So I will recap the points once again what we discussed in the last class. In the last class, we discussed about the intellectual awakening in ancient Greece. Okay, so in the intellectual awakening, we had certain classes of personalities in ancient Greece who followed certain rationalistic thinking during the time of ancient Greece, and the followers of those the rationalists, uh, which turned into various schools of intellectuals. First among the intellectuals of ancient Greece was the Sophists, and then from the Socrates onwards, when you see the intellectual class in ancient Greece, we can divide these personalities according to their period. We may divide into the three phases. One is the before Socrates, or before Socrates era, before Socrates, and Socrates era, and after the Socrates. Okay, so before the Socrates, we had a number of rationalists, including the various sophists also. Okay, so among them, who among them various personalities who worked on such things which are very new to at that period. Okay, so before the Socrates, we have various intellectuals who basically on the who basically as a atheist, and they followed certain agnosticism, and also among them the first personality among them was the Thales. Okay, so Thales, who belongs to the militant city, where who had a great contribution in the field of geography. Okay, so and he was first person who identified this lunar eclipse, right? So after him, Anaximander, who was the first personality who developed the map of the world, and after him, Democritus, who propounded the atomic theory. Okay, so likewise, many intellectual class you will see before the Socrates, and when you see the era of the Socrates, we have the three important personalities here. One is the Socrates, and his disciple Plato, and Plato's disciple Aristotle. Okay, so both these three personalities who had a great contribution within the various fields. Okay, so where the Plato was a pioneer who pioneer in the administrative structure and who developed a important institution or institution in the ancient Greece called as the academy. Okay, so according in the academy, he taught many things to his disciples regarding the various concepts in the physics and in the field of quality. Okay, so and after the Plato, Aristotle was one of important personality who had a great a contribution in the field of physics or many sciences. Okay, so among the great contribution of Aristotle was who developed, who wrote a important work is nothing but the history of animals. Okay, so after the Socrates era, we had the discussion over the after later Socrates period. Within the later period, we had the various intellectual class, Epicureans, Stoics, and civics. Okay, so likewise, within these three categories, we had a lot of number of intellectual class who started their rationalistic ideology among various things. Okay, where they challenged certain superstitions and beliefs, rituals in the society, and various rituals in the ancient religion were particularly followed in the ancient Greece. Okay, so these are the basic intellectual class who developed certain new things which are very new to the world at that time. And these were the a group of intellectual class who started not only in the particular field. These are belongs to various fields. Okay, so Pythagoras, Jen, and Democritus, and Cleisthenes, and Draco, Solon, and Socrates, Plato, Aristotle. All these are certain intellectual class who had a great contribution in every field, not only a single field, each and every in medicine, in the polity, in administration, in various astronomy, geography, each and every field you had certain intellectuals who done a great job, and their contribution which became a great platform to learn many things and follow many things from various civilizations of world at that time. Okay, so after this intellectual class, these are the class who challenge certain beliefs and rituals in the ancient religion of Greece, and in the ancient religion of the Greece, you see the various things. Every religion you find certain things like beliefs transmigration of soul and to attain the moksha, they follow certain spiritual things, and in the same religions they had various gods and goddesses, and in a positive way, and you also find certain negative things in the form of monsters or in the evil, in the form of evils like that. Okay, so these positive and negative things you will find in each and every religion, and in the same way, uh, Such things also you see in the this religion and mythology of ancient Greece. Okay, so before going to this ancient religion of ancient Greece, and I will share my screen and I will continue my lecture. Okay, students, are you getting my screen? Okay, so here the Greeks had the numerous gods and many stories and myths that surrounded them. Okay, so Greek mythology, which consists of all the stories and tales about the Greek gods and goddesses and the various heroes. Okay, so it is also the religion of ancient Greece, as the Greeks built temples, offered sacrifice to the major gods and goddesses. Okay, so when you see certain these mythological beliefs or any traditions in the Greek religion, where uh, where the Greeks, to the Greeks, the gods were not a distant beings. They became involved in people's lives, and the Greeks loved to tell the stories about them. And these vivid tales showed that the gods were sometimes cruel and selfish also. Okay, so when you see these gods had both divine and human qualities, and when you see that they were very powerful and could shape human events also, and the god and the gods and goddesses of Greece constantly, which competed with one another also. Okay, so when you see these gods and goddesses in the history of ancient region of ancient Greece, where you find first of all a structure of the Titans. Okay, so I will give you what are the Titans, and after completion of my lecture on god and goddesses, and the Titans were the first or elder gods. Okay, so before formation of these various gods, you will see certain initial gods in the form of the Titans. Okay, so I will give you those who are these Titans and the number of Titans, particularly number of the elder gods in the history of region of ancient Greece. Okay, so there were 12 of them, including the parents of Zeus, Cronus, and Re. Okay, so they ruled during what was they called as the Golden Age, and they were overthrown by the children led by the GS. Okay, so later, after the Titans, the GS became important god in the history of the religion of ancient Greece. Okay, so after the Titans. The 12 Olympian gods were major gods of the Greeks and lived on the Mount Olympus. They okay, so where particularly we see the Mount of Olympus in the northern part of the ancient Greece. Okay, so along with the GS, you find another 11 important gods and goddesses, and I will give you these 12 member of these Olympians. One is the leader GS. Okay, so GS, the leader of the Olympians and god of the sky and lightning, and his symbol is the lightning bolt. He is married to Hera, his sister. Okay, so where GS was the ruler of the all gods, and the Greeks believed that he and 11 other major gods, what we are seeing on the screen, lived on the Mount Olympus, the highest mountain in the Greece, and which was in the part of northern Greece. Okay, So, and the Greece also worshipped many gods apart from these 12 gods also. Okay, so first of all, we'll see these 12 gods. One is Hera, queen of the gods and married to Jesus, sorry, Zeus, and he is the goddess of marriage. He is the goddess of the marriage and family. Our symbols are the peacock and pomegranate, lion, and cow. Okay, so next one is the Poseidon, the god of the ocean, earthquakes, and horses. His symbol is the trident. Okay, so Trisul. He is Zeus and Hades' brother, right? So another one is Dionysus, lord of wine and celebrations, patron god of the theater and art, and his main symbol is the grape wine. He is the son of Zeus and the youngest Olympian. Okay, so Apollo, the Greek god of archery, music, light, and prophecy, and his symbols include the sun, the bow and arrow, and the lyre, and his twin sister is the Artemis. Okay, so Artemis. Okay, next Artemis, goddess of the hunt, archery, and animals. Her symbols include the moon, the bow and arrow, and the deer. Her twin uh, brother is Apollo. Okay, so and Hermes, god of commerce and thieves. Hermes is also the messenger of the gods. His symbols include winged sandals and the uh, Caduceus, which is a staff with the two snakes wrapped around it, and his son Pan is the god of the nature. Next, Athena, Greek goddess of wisdom, defense, and war. Her symbols are the owls and the olive branch. She is the patron of goddess of Athens. And next one, Ares, god of war. His symbols are the spear and shield. She is the son of Zeus and Hera. And Aphrodite, goddess of love and beauty. Her symbols include the dove, swan, and rose. She is married to uh, Hephaestus. Okay, so next, Hephaestus, god of fire and blacksmith and craftsman for the gods. His symbols include fire, the hammer, the anvil, and the donkey. Okay, so he is married to Aphrodite. Okay, so next, Demeter. Demeter, goddess of agriculture and the seasons. Her symbols include wheat and the pig. Okay, so here you are watching the screen, the Athena, goddess of wisdom, where important god of city-state Athens. Okay, so another one is the Hades, god of the underworld. He was a god of the Olympian stature, but lived in the underworld rather than on the Mount Olympus. Okay, so these are the 12 god and goddesses, so where they worshipped as the gods and goddesses of the Olympians. Okay, so another apart from these, another Greek heroes you find. Okay, so a Greek hero was a brave and strong man that was favored by the gods, and he performed brave exploits and adventures. And sometimes the hero, even though mortal, was somehow related to the gods. Okay, one is Hercules, a son of Zeus and the greatest hero in Greek mythology. And Hercules had many labors he had to perform, and he was very strong and fought many monsters in his adventures. Okay, next, Achilles, the greatest hero of the Trojan War, and Achilles was vulnerable except for his heel. He is the central character in Homer's Iliad. Okay, so and Odysseus, the hero of Homer's epic poem, and the Odysseus was brave and strong, but mostly got by on his wits and intelligence. Okay, so these are the important gods and goddesses you will see, and apart from them, you also see each city had a special god or goddesses to protect it. And for example, Athena, one of the 12 which we discussed earlier, and lived on Olympus, was the protector of Athens, and she was the goddess of wisdom and warrior and patron of the crops such as weaving. Okay, so and when you see certain Greek mythology, where these myths are the stories that people tell to explain beliefs and about their world. Okay, so myths often begin as a oral stories, and later they might be written down. Okay, so and the Greeks created myths to explain the creation of the world, of the human beings, and many myths desired the gods and the goddesses and how they related to one another and to the humans. Okay, so and for example, the myth of Prometheus, where Prometheus, which tells how he stole fire from the gods and gave it to the humans. Okay, so where the GS punished him for this by chaining him to a rock. Okay, so every day an eagle ate his liver, which grew back every night. Okay, so today Prometheus is seen as a hero who defied unjust authority. Okay, so other myths portrayed Greek heroes and heroines, and the readers, you may the readers you may get such things regarding various these mythological figures. Okay, so which is like a myth of young woman named Atlanta, who was a skilled hunter and runner. Okay, so such mythological stories also confined to particular individual people who turned into a such a god or figurines of god and goddesses. Okay, so and in their religion they also had the honoring of the god and goddesses, and like other ancient civilizations, and these ancient Greek people of ancient Greek also believed it was important to honor the gods and goddesses, and an angry god could cause trouble, and the Greeks created certain statues of the gods, and built temples as a place of worship. Okay, so and they thought that these temples may be the house of those gods where they live. Okay, so they also helped special events to honor such gods and goddesses. Okay, so and when you see certain holy festivals regarding in the they celebrated in the name of various gods and goddesses also. Okay, so certain days of each month were holy to different gods and goddesses, or to aspects of nature. Okay, so for example, each month began with the new moon, and the festival of Noumenia, Noumenia. Okay, so and the festival of Noumenia was held. Okay, so people celebrated holy days with sacrifice and these public ceremonies. Okay, so the most important festivals honored the 12 Olympian gods. For example, 12 Olympian gods, and when you see certain as certain example, there was a great festival to honor Athena. A new robe was woven for her statue in the main temple, and the festival also include a procession and races and other athletic games and poetry in the form of crystals. Okay, so when you see these about the Olympics in the Greece, games were always part of religious festivals, and the largest and most elaborate of these were the Olympics. Okay, so the Olympics were games held every 4 years as a part of major festival that honored Zeus. Okay, so they took place in the stadium built in the city of Olympia. Only men competed in these contests. Okay, so the oldest records of winners at the Olympics date to 776 BC, but the games might have been going on for centuries before that. The first Olympics included only a foot race. Over time, longer races and other events were added, and events included various sports, including wrestling, various jumps like long jump, high, such which was included in the modern times of Olympics. Okay, so these are such forms of things where you find particularly in the ancient Greece. Okay, so apart from these were 12 gods, more 12 important gods you will see in in the history of religion of ancient Greece, and we'll see 12 important titans where you find in the religion of ancient Greece. Okay, so I will give you about these titans. Titans. Uh, Okay, so the Titans were Greek early gods that ruled world before the Olympians, and the first 12 Titans were the children of the original god Uranus, father of the sky, and the Gala, mother earth. Okay, so these are the 12 Titans which were the generation of these gods Uranus and Gala. Okay, so these original 12 titans, one is the Cronus, the leader of the titans and the god of time, and Re, Cronus' wife and queen of the titans. She ruled over motherhood and fertility. And Oceanus, he represented the sea and was the eldest of the titans. And Tethys, a sea goddess who was married to Oceanus, and Hyperion, the titan of the light and the father of the sun god Helios, and the Thea, goddess of brightness and shining. She was married to the Hyperion, and the Poes, titan of intelligence and the stars. Okay, so Phoebe, goddess of the brightness and intelligence, she was the mother of Leto, and Mnemosyne, she represented memory in Greek mythology. She was the mother of Moses. Moses. Zeus was the father, and Themis, she ruled over law and order. She was mother to the Thetis and the Hours. Okay, so here also Zeus was the father, and Crius, the titan of heavenly constellations, and Lepidus, the god of mortality. He fathered some of most powerful of the Titan children, including the Atlas and Prometheus. Okay, so and apart from these, we also see certain Titan children, where some of the children of the Titans were also famous gods in the Greek mythology, and here are a few of them. One is the Atlas. Atlas, after losing the war against GS, Atlas was punished by having hold up the heavens on his shoulders. He is often shown holding the air. Okay, so Helios was the god of the sun. He drove the chariot of the sun across the sky each day, and Prometheus is known in the Greek mythology as the creator of the mankind, and he also gave mankind and the gift of fire from Mount Olympus, and Leto is famous for being the mother of the twin Olympian gods Apollo and Artemis. Okay, so when you see the GS and the Olympians and the leader of the Titans, Cronus was told in prophecy that his sons would one day overthrow him in order to protect himself. Each time his wife Rhea had a child, he could swallow it, and he swallowed several children, including Hestia, Hera, Poseidon, and Demeter. And however, when GS was born, Rhea hid GS in a cave and gave Cronus a stone to swallow instead. Once GS was born, he forced his father to spit up his siblings. Okay, so and in the history of this ancient religion, we also the Teutonomy, where once GS had freed his siblings, they went to war against the Titans. They gained some valuable allies, including one-eyed Cyclops and some huge hundred-headed monsters called the Tectonsiers. Okay, so the two-sided sides waged war for 10 years. Eventually, GS and his siblings won the war. They imprisoned the Titans in a deep charm in the underworld called Tartarus. Okay, so these are certain interesting facts regarding the ancient this ancient mythology and religion of ancient Greece. Okay, so apart from that, there are certain other things to be discussed, and I will give you some of these things in Telugu first of all, and where uh, this religion where జనరల్గా మనం ఏదైతే ఈ గ్రీక్ నాగరికతకు సంబంధించినటువంటి మతం గురించి మనం మాట్లాడుకున్నప్పుడు జనరల్గా గ్రీకుల కాలంలో మత వ్యవస్థ ఒక ప్రత్యేకమైనటువంటి స్వభావాన్ని కలిగినట్టుగా మనం చెప్పుకున్నాం. ఆల్రెడీ ఏదైతే ప్రకృతి శక్తులను వీళ్ళు ఆరాధించేటటువంటి పరిస్థితి ఉండేది. అట్లనే ఆ ప్రకృతితో మమేకమై ఉన్నటువంటి రకరకాలైనటువంటి దేవుళ్ళు దేవతల గురించి మనం మాట్లాడుకున్నట్లయితే ఏదైతే ముఖ్యమైనటువంటి అపోలో, జిఎస్, పోసిడాన్ లాంటి ఒక ఏదైతే ఒక మగ దేవుళ్ళు మనకి ఇక్కడ కనిపిస్తుంటారు. కానీ వీళ్ళతో పాటు కొంతమంది దేవతలు ఏదైతే ఉమెన్ ఏదైతే గాడెసెస్ కూడా మనకి ఇక్కడ కనిపిస్తూ ఉంటారు. కానీ ప్రకృతితో సంబంధం ఉన్నటువంటి ఈ దేవుళ్ళు దేవతలకు సంబంధించినటువంటి అంశాలు మనం చూసుకున్నట్లయితే ఏదైతే సూర్యుడు, మెరుపులు, వానలను సృష్టించేటటువంటి ఏదైతే వరుణదేవుడు, సముద్ర భూగర్భాధిపతిగా ఉంటూ భూకంపాలను సృష్టించేటటువంటి దేవుల్ని కూడా వీళ్ళు ఆరాధించినటువంటి పరిస్థితి. అట్లనే స్త్రీతత్వం మూర్తిభవించినటువంటి వీనస్, అట్లనే అప్సరసలు వంటి దేవతలు ఏదైతే ఈ గ్రీక్ సంస్కృతిలో ఎంతో ముఖ్యమైనటువంటి భాగంగా మనం చెప్పుకోవచ్చు. అట్లనే వివిధ ప్రదేశాలలో పెద్ద దేవాలయాలు నిర్మించడం అనేటటువంటి కూడా వాళ్ళు ఫాలో అయినటువంటి ఒక ఆచారం. ఓకే, సో అట్లనే ఆయా దేవాలయాల దగ్గర చెప్పేటటువంటి ఏదైతే ఒక రకమైనటువంటి జోష్యం ఏదైతే ఉందో, సో ఆ జోష్యాన్ని ఒరాకిల్ అంటామని ఆల్రెడీ మనం ఇంతకుముందు క్లాసులో కూడా మనం మాట్లాడుకున్నాం. సో ఆ ఒరాకిల్ అనేటటువంటి జోష్యం డెల్ఫీ అనేటటువంటి ప్రాంతంలో ఉన్నటువంటి ఏదైతే దేవాలయాల్లో ఏదైతే డెల్ఫీ జోష్యం చెప్పించుకోవటం అనేటటువంటిది ఒక ప్రధానమైనటువంటి ఆచారం. సో అది బాగా ప్రసిద్ధి పొందినట్టుగా కూడా మనం చెప్పుకోవచ్చు. అట్లనే ఇకైతే గ్రీకుల సంస్కృతిలో ఒక మరో ముఖ్యమైనటువంటి అంశం పౌరాణికమైనటువంటి ఏదైతే గాథలు, ఓకే, పౌరాణిక ఏదైతే పురాణిక్ స్టోరీస్ ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో, సో ఇవి ఏదైతే వివిధ రకాలైనటువంటి వీరుల అద్భుత కార్యాలు ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో వాళ్ళు ఆ కార్యాలను వర్ణించేటటువంటి క్రమంలో గేయాల రూపంలోని లేకపోతే రకరకాలైన ఎపిక్స్ రూపంలోని చెప్పటం అనేటటువంటిది ఇక్కడ ఈ మత వ్యవస్థలో మనం ఏదైతే ఒక ముఖ్యమైనటువంటి అంశంగా మనం ఇక్కడ గ్రీకు మతంలో చూడొచ్చు. అట్లనే ఇవే కాకుండా మనం ఆల్రెడీ మాట్లాడుకున్నాం, ఏదైతే గ్రీకులు ప్రకృతి శక్తులైనటువంటి ఏదైతే రకరకాలైనటువంటి దేవుళ్ళని జియస్ని కానీ, పోసిడాని కానీ, అట్లనే డయసనిస్ కానీ, ఎథీనా కానీ, అట్లనే అపోలో లాంటి రకరకాలైనటువంటి దేవుళ్ళు దేవతల్ని వాళ్ళు ఫాలో అయ్యారని పూజించారని చెప్పుకున్నాం. అట్లనే తమ దేవతల గురించి వివిధ రకాలైనటువంటి పౌరాణికాలు గురించి, అట్లనే పురాణాలు గురించి వాళ్ళు రాసుకోవటం అనేది జరిగింది. ఏదైతే మనం ఇవన్నీ కూడా మైథలాజికల్ స్టోరీస్ ఏదైతే ఇంతకుముందు మనం మాట్లాడుకున్నామో ఆ మైథలాజికల్ స్టోరీస్లో చెప్పడం అనేటటువంటిది జరిగింది. ఓకే, సో అందులో ముఖ్యంగా ఏదైతే మానవుని పుట్టుక ఎలా జరిగింది, అట్లనే ఆ మానవుని పుట్టుక కారణం ఏదైతే ఈ గ్రీకు దేవుళ్ళు దేవతలు అనేటటువంటి ఒక కారణంగా వాళ్ళ చుట్టూ అల్లుకున్నటువంటి రకరకాలైనటువంటి పురాణ గాథలు మనకు కనిపిస్తూ ఉంటాయి. ఆల్రెడీ మనం మాట్లాడుకున్నాం. ఓకే, సో ఇక ఆ దేవతలకు గౌరవార్థం రకరకాలైనటువంటి ఏదైతే పండుగలు నిర్వహించడం అనేటటువంటిది కూడా మనం ఆల్రెడీ చెప్పుకున్నాం. ఓకే, సో ఇక గ్రీకుల జీవన విధానంలో మతానికి తత్వ వివేచనకు ఒక ఏదైతే సూక్ష్మమైనటువంటి విభేదం మనం చూసినాం. సో దాన్ని రకరకాలైనటువంటి ఏదైతే ఈ తత్వవేత్తలకు సంబంధించిన అంశాలు ఆల్రెడీ లాస్ట్ క్లాస్లోనే మనం డిస్కస్ చేసుకున్నాం. ఏదైతే అనాక్సిమండర్ కానీ, ఎంపోడికల్స్, డెమోక్రటిస్, అట్లనే జెన్, అట్లనే రకరకాలైన సోక్రటీస్, ప్లేటో, అరిస్టాటిల్, ఏదైతే ఎపిక్యూరియన్స్, సివిక్స్, ఇట్లా రకరకాలైనటువంటి ఏదైతే తత్వవేత్తలకు సంబంధించిన అంశాలు కూడా మనం మాట్లాడుకున్నాం. సో ఈ మతానికి ఏదైతే తత్వ వివేచన అనేటటువంటి గ్రీకు సమాజంలో ఒక భాగంగా మనం చెప్పుకోవచ్చు. ఏదైతే మతాల్లో ఉన్నటువంటి అవసరం లేనటువంటి అంశాలని, సాంప్రదాయాలని ఏదైతే ఈ తత్వవేత్తలు దాన్ని వ్యతిరేకించి దానికి ఒక శాస్త్రీయ దృక్పథాన్ని వాళ్ళు చూపించడం అనేటటువంటిది మనం చెప్పుకున్నాం. ఓకే, సో అందులో ముఖ్యంగా సోఫిస్టులకు సంబంధించినటువంటి అంశాలు కూడా మనం మాట్లాడుకున్నాం. ఏదైతే వాళ్ళకు ఉన్నటువంటి డౌట్స్ని క్లారిఫై చేసేటటువంటి ఒక ముఖ్యమైనటువంటి ఒక గ్రూప్ ఏదైతే ఉందో, ఓకే, సో వాళ్ళని సోఫిస్టులుగా చెప్పుకున్నాం. సో వాళ్ళొక తత్వ వివేచకులు, వాళ్ళు ఏవైతే ఆ రకరకాలైనటువంటి డౌట్స్ని క్లారిఫై చేసినటువంటి వాళ్ళు. ఓకే, సో ఇక వీళ్ళే కాకుండా ఏదైతే మనం రకరకాలైనటువంటి దేవుళ్ళ గురించి మనం మాట్లాడుకున్నాం. సో వాళ్ళలో జిఎస్ గురించి మనం మాట్లాడుకున్నాం. ఏదైతే జిఎస్ కంటే జిఎస్తో పాటు 12 రకాలైనటువంటి దేవుళ్ళు ఉండేటటువంటి వాళ్ళ తర్వాత కాలంలో ఒలింపిక్ దేవుళ్ళుగా, దేవతలుగా ఏదైతే మనకి అది వాళ్ళు పూజించినటువంటి విధానం, వాళ్ళకంటే ముందు పెద్ద దేవతలైనటువంటి టైటాన్స్ ఏదైతే 12 రకాలైనటువంటి దేవుళ్ళు దేవతల గురించి కూడా మనం మాట్లాడుకున్నాం. వాళ్ళు దే ఆర్ ఓన్లీ ఎల్లర్ గాడ్స్ అండ్ గాడెసెస్, వాళ్ళని టైటాన్స్ అంటాం. తర్వాత కాలంలో జిఎస్తో పాటు ఏదైతే పూజించినటువంటి వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళని ఏదైతే తర్వాత కాలంలో పూజించబడినట్టు దేవతలు ఒలింపియన్ దేవతలుగా చెప్తారు, దేవుళ్ళు దేవతలుగా చెప్తారు. సో వాళ్ళలో జిఎస్ గ్రీకులో ప్రధాన దేవత, పిడుగును ధరించేవాడు, ఆకాశానికి అధిపతిగా చెప్తారు. సో ఇతని సంతానమే గ్రీకు నాగరికతకి ఆవిర్భావంగా ఆవిర్భించడానికి కారణంగా చెప్తాడు. సో ఇతన్ని జాతీయ దేవుడుగా, గ్రీకుల జాతీయ దేవుడుగా పిలుస్తారు. అట్లనే ఎథీనా ఏదైతే ఒక ఏథెన్స్ నగర రక్షక దేవతగా, ఆమె గుర్తు ఆలివ్ చెట్టుగా వాళ్ళు పూజిస్తారు. పోసిడాన్ ఏదైనా సముద్ర దేవుడుగా చెప్తాడు. ఎడమ చేతిలో త్రిశూలాన్ని ధరించి కుడి చేతిలో ఏదైతే చేతిని కట్టె మీద ఉంచే ఒక ఫిగర్ మనకు కనిపిస్తుంది. డయాస్నిస్ మధ్యదేవతగా చెప్పొచ్చు. ఓకే, సో అట్లనే ఈమెకి గుర్తుగా కొన్ని రకాలైనటువంటి మతపరమైనటువంటి వసంతోత్సవాలు జరపడం అనేది కామన్గా. ఇక అపోలో విలువిద్యకు దేవుడు, అట్లనే ఏదైతే యుద్ధానికి ప్రతీకగా అతను చెప్పుకుంటారు. అట్లనే డేటర్ భూదేవతగా చెప్పుకుంటారు. ఆమె కుమార్తె పెర్సిఫోన్, ఆమెను ఆకాశ దేవతగా, అట్లనే జిఎస్ పిల్లాడగా వారికి జన్మించినటువంటి హెలెన్ గ్రీకుల దేవుడిగా చెప్పుకుంటారు. ఓకే, సో ఇట్లా రకరకాలైన ఇవే కాకుండా వివిధ రకాలైనటువంటి జంతు బలులు ఇవ్వటం, పాటల ద్వారా, ఆటల ద్వారా రకరకాలైన సంగీత వాయిద్యాల ద్వారా జాతరలు నిర్వహించడం అనేటటువంటిది మనం ఏదైతే ఈ గ్రీకుల ఏదైతే మతంలో భాగంగా మనం చెప్పుకోవచ్చు. ఓకే, సో ఇవి గ్రీకుల మతానికి సంబంధించినటువంటి రకరకాలైనటువంటి అంశాలు. సో మనకి 1 నిమిషం కంటే తక్కువ టైం ఉంది కాబట్టి కట్ అయ్యే అవకాశం ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే మీరు ఈ లోపు అడగవచ్చు. స్టూడెంట్స్ వింటున్నారా? స్టూడెంట్స్ వినిపిస్తుందా? ఓకే, సో ఇది ఈరోజు మనం